everybody, it's Sharon coming to you live from the orchard. Long time no see. Hope everybody is doing well. So, have a couple updates and want to talk about apple aging, and also a thing that I just went to down in Costa Rica, which talked about longevity. So, kind of some fun stuff I want to share with you guys. So this weekend, just a reminder, Super Sample Bowl. This is our third annual event where we just go crazy and sample everything we can possibly think of. So we've got a whole bunch of barbecue sauces we're going to be doing, including a new one from our buddies at Shawnee called Chipotle Porter. So we'll have that. We'll have kickles, of course. This is Darcy's favorite. She loves the kickles. You will too. Lots of sour cream dips. What else are we going to have? Hopefully we'll do some grilled cheese on the fancy bread that we have. I think we're thawing a cheesecake. Basically anything we can think of to put our hands on, we're going to be sampling this weekend. So that's Saturday and Sunday. Tomorrow's weather doesn't look too good, but Sunday looks fine now. So come on out and visit us. And we also have a special on salsa going on right now. 15% off, and if you get 4 jars, you get a bag of tortilla chips, which are super awesome. So that's going on this weekend. Just a friendly reminder on that. And then I've been keeping some apples, meaning to do this Facebook Live for a really long time, talking about how apples age. So just like us, apples get very wrinkly. So we have some important apple props there. This is an Arkansas Black, which is an heirloom apple. I think it's been sitting on my kitchen table for about 2 months now. So the apples aren't rotten, but they're completely wrinkled and they're dehydrated. So that is what happens. So I wanted to bring that up so that people understand how to prevent that, number one. So that's part of the reason that you'll see apples in the supermarket they add wax to them. That's to protect them from dehydrating. There are several varieties that produce their own natural wax to protect themselves. So if you see a Northern Spy, which is an old-time apple, great for pies, that's an apple that will create its own layer, so it's kind of waxy. It's a self-protection mechanism. So the way we keep our apples so well is because we're at 33 degrees in our cooler and very high humidity. So you won't be able to duplicate that temperature in your fridge, but you can duplicate the humidity somewhat. So you're going to want to have a damp paper towel and then keep your apples in the plastic bag that they come in and have them in the crisper and keep them away from other vegetables and carrots and so forth. They don't like to commingle with the vegetables. So that's the way to keep your apples the best they can be. Having said that, if you ever get any apples here and they are not up to snuff, just let us know. We guarantee all of our apples. We're happy to replace them. Even though it's pretty cold in here in the store, it's still too warm for apples. So we don't want anything on the shelf too long. We do our best to make sure that doesn't happen. But every once in a while we screw up, make a mistake. We've got some customers coming in. This is good. You can come through there if you want. No big deal. So the other random thing, since we're talking about, aging and wrinkles, etc., I just went to an Omega program in Costa Rica. It was my birthday present to myself because I turned 50 last November. Can't believe it. I'm half a century old. So there were just a ton of really smart people at this week-long retreat, and we were talking about longevity. So I met a guy, I actually I took a surf lesson finally, which has been on the bucket list forever. Oh my God, surfing is so hard. Have you ever tried surfing? Oh my God, so hard. So fun. So I went surfing actually with a guy, Ken Pelletier, and he wrote a book called Change Your Genetics, Change Your Life. Ken is a doll. He's an MD out of California. He's actually buddies with that whole gang of very famous alt doctors like Dr. Oz and Andrew Weil and folks like that. So I didn't know this. So he studies epigenetics. So it turns out genetics are only responsible for basically 5% of what's going on with you. 95% of the rest is day-to-day choices. So this whole thing of like, oh, I'm this because of my genetics and I can't do anything about it. Like, that's really not true. So the most important thing, big surprise everybody, is diet. Diet is the most important thing. So, of course, eat more apples, vegetables, super important. kind of all the stuff we know, but there were some other things that were super interesting that I thought I would share. Stress. So stress is not necessarily bad. There's good stress and there's bad stress. So it turns out we need to learn how to manage the bad stress and keep the good stress in our life. So good stress, the whole intermittent fasting thing that's kind of become popular, that's a good stress for your body. Cold showers, good stress. Taking a risk, taking chances, like surf lesson, good stress. Bad stress, you do need to have techniques and strategies to deal with. Meditation is one of those for sure, exercise. And, meditation has been out there a long time, obviously thousands of years, but it's now scientifically proven to extend your lifespan. So there's no more frou-frou, whatever, why would I do that? It doesn't do anything. Like, it really does. So I encourage everybody to look into it. And the thing with stress also, if you are not managing your stress, the stress will basically take whatever you eat and stick it here, which is bad, right? We don't want belly fat. So he said if you have a lot of stress and you're not dealing with it, you need to be eating a perfect diet, because otherwise your body goes into survival mode and puts all the fat on your belly. So we were just talking about that, Darcy and I, in the office. Exercise, we were talking about high intensity training is coming forward as being like way better than doing like an hour of running. So that's an interesting thing. And then having a purpose, super important, having a reason to get up in the morning, and really good sleep. So those were some of the highlights of when Ken was talking, and some of the other speakers that were at this longevity retreat, which is actually run through Omega, which is up in Rhinebeck. So a lot of smarty pants people, as I like to call them. Lots and lots of information. So hopefully this was useful. If you have any questions, let us know. Give us some thumbs up. We appreciate that. Some loves. Share this video if you found it useful, and help us keep our numbers high without having to pay for ads. Thank you, Mark Zuckerberg. So that's it. Over and out. Come on out. See us this weekend. We'll be feeding everyone very well.